Time for another edition of a Miami Dolphins Today mailbag. And you got to make sure you can get your questions. Have those notifications turned on. I'll tell you more about that in a second. But we'll start with Terps, $5 super chat. Would you do this trade? De'Von Achane and a 6th to the Texans for a 28th overall? If so, who would you draft with that 28th pick? Fins up. Shout out Long Island. Anyway, I don't think Miami would have to attach a 6th-round pick to get rid of De'Von Achane for first. Like, how much does that 6th-round pick really matter in that trade? Really? I wouldn't want to do it. Plus, Miami doesn't have one this season, so it'd have to be a 2027 6th-round pick, which I don't really know why either side would want to do that. But here's the truth. Yes, I would accept that. Because even though De'Von Achane seems like a building block and it sounds like he's going to stay, if you get offered a first-round pick for a running back, I have a hard time believing it's not smart taking it. Because you can find good running back play, not De'Von Achane level, but good running back play very consistently. And giving this new regime in front office 3 first-round picks with all of the needs that you have would really potentially fast-track this rebuild if you hit on those picks. Because if you have 3 first-rounders, you can go corner, edge, O-line, wide receiver, and take one of those positions of need in the first round with all of them and still have pick 43 in the 4 selections in the 3rd round. So I do believe in Ollie Gordon and Jalen Wright too. So yeah, I would definitely take pick 28 for De'Von Achane. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you have those notifications turned on. I have a busy schedule because I cover the Miami Heat, so it depends on when Heat games are, when I go live. But that's why you subscribe, because we're still bringing you daily coverage. And have those notifications turned on, because you'll get a push noti when we go live on the channel. And if you want to be featured on a mailbag in the future, got to be in our live chats. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you turn those notifications on. Kevin Hargrove with a $5 super chat. If we trade Jordyn Brooks, what round do you think we can get for him? Oh, I think if you dealt away the linebacker, it would almost certainly be a 3rd-round pick. Now, you can make the argument that Brooks is worth a 2nd-round pick. I mean, this is a 28, 29-year-old linebacker that was just an NFL All-Pro in 2025. And ever since he joined Miami, his career has taken that next step forward. But the reason why I think it's going to be a 3rd-round pick in return for Brooks, if the Dolphins trade him away, is because, well, one, he is pushing 30, and whatever team trades for him is going to have to give him an extension. Brooks is entering the final year of his contract with Miami, only making about $9 million. So I do believe if Miami traded Brooks, they would likely get a 3rd-rounder in return, or at least similar value. It is why I pushed the trade idea of Miami moving up from pick 30 to pick 20 and attaching Brooks to 30 to move up with the Cowboys. If you do that, the difference of pick 30 and 20 comes out to the 72nd overall pick. It's an early 3rd-rounder, which I think Jordyn Brooks' value may lie. Should the Dolphins trade down in the NFL Draft? Type Y for yes or N for no. Stockpile more picks potentially. Let me know your thoughts. Larry Miller with a $5 super chat. Offensive tackle Carver Willis, later round option, name dropped by Dolphins, I read. Well, Willis, Washington Husky. On PFF, he's listed as 6'5", 291, so a little undersized. Unclear if he weighed in differently at his pro day. Let me do a quick research. Carver Willis, RAS, see if anything pops up. Weighed in at 303 at his pro day. 5.89 RAS, so certainly not built well. 32.5-inch arm length. That is pretty solid there. Certainly not anything concerning by any stretch. Maybe a little bit lighter than what you want there. He graded out good last season. 84.8 run block grade, 79.9 overall. Only allowed 2 sacks. Has played right tackle and left tackle. Listen, I got to be honest, I haven't done a lot of research on him. I'm just kind of looking here on the fly. He's projected to go in the 7th or 6th round. He's undersized, so I think he's probably more of a guard at the next level. But I don't see anything that would make me not want to take him specifically, depending on how the board falls in round 6 or 7. Make sure you go grab some Dolphins Today merch. It's really appreciative when you support the channel, but you also get some really nice gear because it's high-quality stuff. We wouldn't put on anything that is not high quality. We got aqua, we got black, on sale, jadsports.com/Dolphins Today. Links in the description and comments of today's show. Mandrew, Nick, who would you want? Fernando Mendoza or Malik Willis? For my baseball heads out there, I almost said Carlos Mendoza, the New York Mets manager. Listen, I said this in our live show. In a vacuum to where you are starting an NFL franchise today, would I rather have Mendoza or Willis? I'm going to choose Fernando Mendoza. I am. Because he's younger, and you would obviously be getting him on a rookie contract in comparison to Malik Willis's 3-year, $67.5 million deal, which is less years, more money than what Mendoza is going to get as a number 1 overall pick. Now, with that being said, I think it's a silly question and really not one that should be asked, not to be mean, but Miami was never going to get Mendoza. They had the 11th pick. They would have had to move heaven and earth and offer multiple first-round picks and more to move up to get him. And for a team that has as many holes as Miami, would that make sense? No, it wouldn't. So in a vacuum, sure, it's probably Mendoza to start a franchise with, but for the Miami Dolphins, it is smarter to do what they did for Malik Willis in free agency than trade up and draft Fernando Mendoza. Gabriel with just a normal question. I don't know why I thought it was anything else. If Mauigoa Styles available at 11, would you trade back if a team was willing to give up a future first? Oof. Oh, man. Who's the team? That's a realistic question, right? Because if it's a team like the Chicago Bears that is picking 25 and projected to be good next year, that's going to be a no for me. Because you're only going to get picked 25 this year and another pick in the 20s next year. I believe Mauigoa is a 10-year starting offensive lineman, and I think Sonny Styles is an all-pro at linebacker. So I am likely sticking there no matter what, if one of those two are available, because both of them are needs for Miami, and I believe in both of these guys' talents. But it is hard to pass up a first, considering and that is Miami, in a loaded 2027 class, could utilize that to trade up or take multiple high-level players. We told you to join the Noti Gang. You need to subscribe to be in the Noti Gang. Join the channel today for daily coverage. Just want to remind people of that. Cash with a question. Would you trade back and draft a safety from Oregon? Yeah, Dillon Thienemen. I would. Now, it would be in the scenario where Mauigoa is gone, Caleb Downs is gone, Styles is gone, Bailey's gone, Ruben Bain is gone. If those 5 guys are gone, okay, we can have a conversation. If Carnell Tate's there, I think I would stick and take Tate. But if those 6 that we just mentioned are gone, and then you assume Mansour Delane's off the board, obviously Reese, Mendoza, they're off the board. Jeremiah Love's off the board. And some team pick 15 or 16 wants to move up to get a wide receiver like Lemon or Tyson. Yeah, I would trade back 5 spots and take Thienemen. Or even 7, 8 spots. He could go early as 14, 15 potentially. And I think Thienemen's really good. He's got good size, good versatility, good athleticism. I think he would be a weapon in Jeff Hafley's defense. So moving back 5, 6 spots, getting an extra couple day 2 picks potentially to do that, yeah, I could be sold on that and still get Thienemen. YT Atlas, what possibility do you think we get a wide receiver pick 11? I just think it's extremely low. I mean, it is. And, I mean, we've talked about this in the past, and I hate to beat a dead horse. I don't think Miami's going to take a wide receiver at 11. I could see them drafting Carnell Tate if he's there because he is that big, physical, high-level wide receiver that would be a good addition, but I don't think he makes it there. I mean, the Packers, which is where your front office is coming from, have taken 6 wide receivers in the first round in their history. And one of them was last season, Matthew Golden. So I just don't think it's really likely that Miami's going to go that route early in the first round. Like, pick 30, okay, it's a fringe second rounder, so whatever. But a high-profile draft pick in the top 15, I just don't see it. So that's why I don't believe Makai Lemon, Jordyn Tyson are likely to be Dolphins unless you trade back to pick like 18, 19, 20, and they're on the board there. So I don't see that really happening for Miami, but I guess you never know, folks. Want more on the Dolphins? Well, go follow us over on social media. At Dolphins Today IG is our handle on Instagram. We got short-form content as well as other content outside of YouTube, so give us a follow right now.